The New York Times wrote about why Gen X is like this like failed generation and like why we're struggling now. They called us candle makers in the age of electricity and said that like a lot of people, came up in magazines and now find that a lot of their profession is kind of like it doesn't exist anymore, right? Like there's no such thing as magazines anymore. There's no such thing as a lot of the things that where we made money. And so it was basically saying that we're like a lost generation, which we get a lot of bad rap, Gen X. And this made me mad because it didn't feel true. And it felt, there was a little bit of truth, I guess, in some of it. Like, yes, there aren't magazines anymore that, we are, but we're also incredibly resilient as a generation and have been through many shifts. We're the first generation that was analog and then went to digital. We survived the dot-com boom. We survived a lot of things. And so I wrote an article, kind of a polemic, just yelling at the New York Times and saying this was not true. And, and saying this is why, our generation rocks. And it went viral. The first time I'd ever written something on Substack that went viral, which meant that it got like, over like, I don't remember, like thousands of likes. It got a lot of comments, a lot of people sort of, echoing what I said, most people agreeing with what I said. It's nice when people agree and don't disagree. But anyway, it doesn't matter if they disagree because that's also something that you can get a lot of traction off of. But